Hey y'all, I know it's been a while, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be walking you through how I installed these beautiful goddess box braids, so if you're interested, please stay tuned. First, let's get into this braid pattern. I kept the front right side of my hair loose because that portion will be side braids. On the remainder of the front, I did 6 slightly slanted cornrows to the back, each starting out as an individual plait, except for the outside rows because those are going to be composed of individual plaits that are connected, which will help give the illusion of individual braids. In the back, I started at the very nape and I cornrowed one horizontal row and I connected it to a second row right above it, which left me with one loose end that I eventually added into the cornrows that are going straight back. Next, I used my front cornrows as a guide to further extend those rows to the back. Then I took the loose end of each braid and I added it into the adjacent row. Now I want all of the cornrows that I'm connecting to meet in the very middle, so I'm going to only do about 4 braids on the left side, and then I'll switch over to the right side and follow the same steps, installing those cornrows straight back and then connecting their ends. Once I had only one cornrow left to braid, I added the end from the right side and the end from the left side into that last cornrow so that I'm only left with one loose end. Then I crocheted that one loose end through my cornrows, which is why it's no longer visible. The hair I'm using today is from Nisio Hair. The braids are 14 inches and the color is number 2. They have curly ends and strands throughout to give them that goddess effect. The package came with 8 bundles, with there being 15 braids in each bundle for a total of 120 box braids. As usual, I'm going to start installing the crochet in the back using the standard method. I'm not leaving much of a gap between each braid because I want the lower half of my hair to be full. I always leave the middle for last, so once I've filled in the 2 bottom rows in the back, I'm going to fill in the front. Just like in the back, I want the sides to be full and have complete braid coverage in case I want to pull my hair up. So I'm going to make sure I install enough braids on those 2 rows closest to my ear. Next, I jump to the other side. Now notice my cornrows are slanted. That was done so that my hair will fall at an angle, which will help prevent bulkiness. You may be wondering why I'm working from the outside rows in. This allows me to better stagger each braid so that the box braids above the row I'm working on do not fall directly on top of the braids below it. So once I'm done with that top row, I use it to help better determine the placement of the crochet braids on the row below it. This is done by placing the crochet needle between the open spaces of that top row and installing the braid on the row below it in that spot. This gives you a much better install because again, the crochet braids are not falling directly on top of each other. And I just follow those same steps throughout the front until it's completely filled in. Now the only section left to do is the middle, and because some of the hair from the front is already helping to conceal some of the hair in the back, I won't have to install so many braids in the middle. And again, I'm starting from the top down to help better determine placement of the crochet hair. And this is what it looks like once I'm done crocheting. Still nice and full without too much volume. To finish this look, I'm using pre-stretched X-Pression braiding hair to create some small feed-in cornrows on the side. Before I start braiding, I'll use some Magic Fingers Shine and Jam for hold and sleekness. Here I'm braiding down just past where my hair ends, then tie it off with a few knots, leaving just a few inches of loose hair. I use yellow perm rods to curl the ends so that they blend in with the crochet hair. And now to set the curls, I dip the perm rods in hot water from my electric tea kettle. And once those soak for about 20 to 30 seconds, I'll dry them with a towel to remove any excess water. Now I'm not going to take the rods out until they cool to allow the curls to set tight. In the meantime, I'm going to use some loose crochet hair that is of a similar curl pattern as the curly pieces on the crochet hair. And I'm going to add a few strands to each of the side braids. I'm hooking only a small piece of the braid about midway the shaft. Then I crochet the curly hair, only pulling one half through. This will help create a much tighter and less noticeable knot. Once I'm done adding those curly pieces, I'm going to remove the perm rods, cut off some of those straggly ends, and then finish the look off with some trimming and shaping. Okay, I think I'm going to put the scissors away now because I don't want to get it too short. So here is the final look. And I think my hair turned out pretty nice. I was very happy with the results. I only had to use about 6.5 packs of hair, and I kept the style in for about 6 weeks. I did not have any issues with excessive shedding or tangling. However, over time, the curly ends of the crochet hair did loosen up a bit, but I think if you avoid over manipulation, it won't be as severe. As far as maintenance, I would recommend sleeping in a satin bonnet every night instead of just putting the hair in a ponytail, which is what I did. And you can also freshen up your look by just redoing your side braids, and it'll make your style look brand new despite having been up a while. And of course, I will list everything I use down below in the description box along with links where you can purchase this hair. I really enjoy creating this video for you guys. If you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Leave any questions and comments down below. And until next time, you guys take care. Thanks for watching.